Welcome back. Remember the good old days? Back when Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders said they were friends, bragged the Democratic campaign was a polite debate about the issues? Well, that was then. This is now.
He cannot come up with any example because there is no example. It's always important, it may be inconvenient, but it's always important to get the facts straight. I stood up against the behaviors of the banks when I was a senator. I called them out on their mortgage behavior.
Oh, my goodness. They must have been really crushed by this. And was that before or after you received huge sums of money by giving speaking engagements?
If you didn't watch closely, you should go and find it and watch again, because the glares at times were as disdainful as the words.
Come on, I have stood on the debate stage with Senator Sanders 8 prior times.
Excuse me.
I have said the
Secretary,
exact same
Senator,
thing.
please.
If we can raise it to 15 in New York or Los Angeles
Secretary,
or
the
Seattle,
viewers,
let's do it.
If you're both screaming at each other, the viewers won't be able to hear either of you.
I have said from the very beginning that I supported the fight for 15.
I don't know how you're there for the fight for 15 when you say you want a $12 an hour national minimum wage.
A for effort for Wolf Blitzer there.
That's right.
Look, they don't like each other.
Yes,
they are under each other's skins. And they're at this moment where she thinks, why haven't you gone away? And he thinks, I have a slight chance still.
Yeah, and their supporters are as locked in to not liking each other's as these two candidates are, and that was what was so striking. I was sort of behind the debate hall and listening to it, and the deafening sort of cheers on both sides, that raucous hallway. I think we're at a situation where you've got this Bernie or bust movement within the Bernie Sanders supporters and Clinton supporters saying, why is this guy still sticking around? I mean, if you look back to July 2008, it was the same in some ways with Hillary supporters. I think about 30% in July of 2008 said no way they'd vote for Obama, and it's about the same right now. And of course, it all worked out in the end. But there are vast differences between these two candidates in that, I mean, in terms of policy, in a way that wasn't that way in 2008. So bridging this divide is going to take some work.
You make a key point, but in the 2008 race, the insurgent or the new guy won. And she was the career Democrat who said, okay, I have no choice here, and wanted to have a future. So it came in, and she did the right thing. So I'm not criticizing her at all in terms of how she managed the party thing. But do we expect this? We talk about this Republican fracturing. Do we have a fracturing in the Democratic Party, and do we have any evidence to know that if the track continues as it's going and Hillary Clinton wins, probably needing superdelegates to get across the finish line, and we'll do the math in more detail in a minute, does Sanders and his voters say, okay, we're on board?
I think some of Sanders supporters clearly are indicating that they aren't going to be with Hillary, and there's really nothing she can do about that. I do think there is a fracture in the Democratic Party that has long-term consequences. I don't think you're looking at an immediate party split like the Republicans are pretty much already guaranteed to have. Bernie Sanders himself has said repeatedly and unequivocally that he would not encourage any kind of independent effort or anything that would potentially take votes away from the Democratic nominee. As Nia said, things looked just this bad in 2008 between the two candidates, and you had a Hillary movement that was campaigning that they would never support Barack Obama, the Pumas. Look it up if you want to know what it stands for. But there is a lot of frustration on both sides, like the slogan of MTV's The Real World, when candidates stop being polite and start getting real. This is always how they felt about each other.
Right.
Yeah,
they weren't ever really friends.
Yeah.
But now the sort of mask has fallen, and they can showcase the real way they feel about each other, which is that he thinks she's an establishment hack and she doesn't think he's serious.